Ghanatube, so I was in formatting CD and not just saying some. I would be a coso ewo or my gani meeting pano. Ye bobo room near Wakuti and send me Nasa ba, not near Cowan media twice or Eddie amount.
Will tell you how Parliament's indefinite postponement of the reopening or resumption is going to impact on very key issues which Parliament was to consider next week. Stay with us. Parliament will no longer resume next week, Tuesday, because the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Sumana Bagbin, has postponed the upcoming meeting indefinitely for reasons beyond his control. That's how this was captured. The Speaker is saying his initial notice to the members of Parliament, as the notice to summon Parliament, dated 29th of September 2025, as was under his authority. He says by giving the notice that the commencement of the third meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament of the Fourth Republic is deferred until further notice due to circumstances beyond his control as Speaker of Parliament. And this is a statement we received today, the 6th of October. So as was expected that Parliament was going to resume next week, Tuesday, the 14th of October. That is not going to happen. And there are a few concerns. And beyond this notice of postponement, we sought to find out how this was going to impact on the business of the next session of Parliament. One, major, because last week, Tuesday, you had the Attorney General Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga-Ayeni, did indicate that this laying of the LI that will revoke the law that permits mining in forest reserves, I'm talking about LI 2462, that is going to stall until Parliament resumes from this indefinite postponement. So we're not going to see LI 2462 off our books anytime soon, if this notice is anything to go by. Also, the swearing in of the two new members of Parliament, that's the Tamale Central MP-elect, Professor Alidu Seidu, and also Bernard Bediakubedu Akwetia MP. They would also have to wait a little while unless we receive another notice again, now reinforcing the date of the 14th, because yes, as we did indicate, this statement earlier from the Speaker says issues beyond the Speaker's control. Well, the vetting of the Chief Justice nominee, His Lordship Paul Bafuboni, as well, would be impacted by this indefinite postponement as required in Article 1441 of the 1992 Constitution as well. And that's not the only one. We're looking at the 2026 budget presentation as well and post-budget debates, as Article 179 of the 1992 Constitution demands that the President must present a budget at least one clear month before the end of the financial year. And it's always done on behalf of the President by the Finance Minister. That is also going to be impacted as well for as long as this postponement is in force. Okay? And then there's the laying of the new Public Tribunals Bill, if approved by Parliament. And that, the Attorney General did indicate that by tomorrow he will submit it to Cabinet and the decision will be taken. Professor David Abdullahi is a senior governance advisor at the Africa Parliamentary Network. He's joining us on Zoom right now. Prof, appreciate your time. I mean, one of your vexing parliamentary matters and the workings of Parliament, reading this notice from the Speaker, indefinitely postponing Parliament's resumption for reasons he says are beyond his control. How did that strike you?
Well, I think it is a coded word, probably to say that, some important pending bills they are supposed to bring to Parliament are probably not ready, or they are almost finished with preparing them. For example, if you look at the bill to repeal mining in forest areas and introduce another bill, that is something that is very, very important now, since Galamsey is one of the issues that is everybody is up against. So I think that is one of the issues. But also there are supposed to be some reports and some important things that are going to be discussed. So if they are not ready, obviously they are beyond control. and it should be the executive that has to prepare them and bring them to Parliament for them to get them approved. So for me, that is what I would surmise that the reason is, and that is why probably they are not yet ready.
I see, but then again, based on what you're saying play out, especially the wording of this particular statement, even though Parliament is a master of its own rules, they don't really give too much explanation for what they do. Would you have expected a bit more detail in the Speaker's statement of the postponement, the indefinite postponement, which he says as a result of issues beyond his control, so that it will save all of us of the speculation and assumptions that we're having to put to it?
Well, I think it's important not to say a lot, especially when you don't have anything specific to say. And I think one of the things is, if these particular bills are not ready, I don't think for him to say that, or for Parliament to say that, I think it's not going to be good. It's not going to look good. But to tell everybody that, look, it's beyond our control. And I think things like that are not done by Parliament. The executive has to get those things ready. So I think that is probably the reason why, and that's why I surmise. Apart from that, there might be some other reports that are supposed to be brought to Parliament that probably they need one or two more things. After all, they have the majority. So it's not about that they are scared of having some challenges in Parliament. It's just because probably that is not the bills are not ready.
Professor David Abdullahi, Senior Governance Advisor at the Africa Parliamentary Network, thank you so much for joining us here on Ghana Tonight. On behalf of the team, we do appreciate your company. Join us same time tomorrow for another conversation. I am Alfred Okonse. We'll tell you how Parliament's indefinite postponement of their reopening or resumption is going to impact on very key issues which Parliament was to consider next week. Stay with us.
I was here for me now, as I said, with Dimechi, equity in some air coso, a war or manganimu, wait, dear, me the movie, and so many major comments. No, Emma may our comments actually. That would be a sending now no for our comments in the Ebra and Magic Bread. I can kind. Ama Fefe, make I will be set channel way, a Ghanatube. So don't forget to subscribe, hit on the notification bell, share, and like all our videos. I was here for Snowy Day. Sisia dear, Macramo.